Welcome to episode 36 of the FlameFlash.net podcast. We're into 36 now. Not too shabby. I'm going to start off right with the Raptr report. It is much later than usual because we were participating in the SOPA Blackout. And it's now January 19th. Redflare's birthday. So happy birthday, my wonderful wife. This is episode 36, and hopefully you know by now, I'm Flame Flash if you're joining for the first time. You can find me out on the interwebs, Flame Flash on Twitter. That's the best place to send comments, though if you need to send a longer comment, podcast at flameflash.net is a perfect place to do that. But we're going to get to the Raptr report, raptr.com, raptr.com. I'm Flame Flash over there, and sadly, this week was pretty sparse on the gaming front as far as my personal gaming time goes. The kids did quite a bit on the Xbox. I did help the son in Lego Star Wars 3, The Clone Wars a bit. Unlocked some of those final levels, unlocked a few extra trophies. It actually reinvigorated his interest in the game, showing him what else was still left to unlock. And I think he's gone back to it a couple of times since then. Right now I believe Rayman Origins is in the PS3. Very entertaining game. I oddly haven't had a chance to play it yet, and they've been racking up the trophies left and right. But it's a good new Super Mario Brothers-esque 4-player romp. 4-player, side-scrolling, puzzle-solving romp. And as long as you don't mind the extremely weird characters, the very bright, colorful layouts, and silliness of the game, it's probably going to be right up a family's alley. Definitely a 4-player sit-down. Unfortunately, one of the controllers has gone missing. Have no idea where. So, Ratchet and Clank, for instance, is out of the question at the moment, which is quite a shame. Have been really enjoying that, which is why it hasn't shown up in the Raptr report in a while. Other than that, Mario Kart 7. There is a diabolical, absolutely diabolical cheat in one of the courses. It's been found. Basically, you flop into the water, and Lakitu fishes you out and puts you on a higher track, which then lets you race closer to the finish line. Fortunately, it's easiest to access in time trial, so unless you get a mushroom and are playing online multiplayer at just the right time, you're going to miss out on it. But watch out for this course. I believe it's Mahu Wahu Island. It's horrible to pronounce it. It's one of the Wii Sports Resort Island levels. I think there are 2 of them in the game, and it's one of those 2. So just watch out for it. Raptr, if you're following Mario Kart 7, has it up. I'm not going to promote it any further or link to the YouTube, because you really need to be just racing. The pure spirit of the game. It's bad enough that folks were cheating on, say, the DS version so much that they had to change how the blue shell worked in Mario Kart 7. So if the blue shell's fired, for instance, and it's close enough to you, if you try to fall back and let somebody else take first place, you are still going to get hit, which wasn't true in some of the previous Mario Karts. Likewise, you can't as easily hang back and let somebody else pass you on the question marks and suddenly get a better item, like, say, a red shell. It just doesn't happen as easily anymore. And I salute Nintendo for that, though they have acknowledged this race bug and have also said they're not going to patch it. Boo! The 3DS has patching capabilities, so why they're not is a complete mystery to me. The other game, oddly, didn't play much of World of Warcraft this last week, though Lunar Festival is about to restart. This is one of those fun, highly enjoyable holidays. It lasts a lot longer, too, than some of the others, so you'll have plenty of time to fly around and hit all of the elders around the world if you haven't done so in previous years, or if you want to do it on a new top-level character. I might do it on my Death Knight, for instance, and get the Elder title on her. We'll just have to wait and see, I suppose. But the other game would be Magic the Gathering. Now, this one actually has quite a bit of time on my Raptr report this week because I caught up. I caught up with playing the regular card game. You know, the real physical cards that one can hold. I decided that recording my gaming time on this particular game, I should do it both digitally and physically, because Raptr allows me to manually track my time, and it's nice to see that my investment in the physical cards is actually being put to good use. It's good to know that. Haven't yet gotten the new decks in that game. I really wish it was easier to find a $10 PlayStation Network card, because I'm not attaching a credit card, thank you very much, to the PlayStation Network. But, c'est la vie. Now, with the Raptr report out of the way, remember you can look me up there as Flame Flash. Want to point out to you that Club Nintendo has new games to buy with your Play Coins. So go forth, check it out. Kirby's Dream Adventure, I think a couple of Dr. Mario versions. I picked up the one for the 3DS, already had the one for the Wii. And then an N64 Zelda game, I think, also for the Wii Virtual Console. This is something Nintendo should have done a long time ago. I'm very happy that they're doing it now. But this raises the question, how are you going to then transfer your games from the Wii to the Wii U? Personally, I haven't seen anything about the Wii U that makes me want to pre-order the system. It's not backwards compatible to the GameCube. We still play GameCube games in the household. So it has to sell itself only on the advantages of the Wii U system alone. Now, the 3DS did this by having Super Mario Land 3D come out and Mario Kart 7 come out, along with the Ambassador program. What is Wii U going to offer us that's really going to pull us in? Have to wait and find out. I mean, some of the other 3DS features, like the Find Me social features, the Puzzle Swap social features, Swap Note. Grab that free program if you don't have it. Swap Note is amazing for passing notes. Redflare has a pending note from Swap Note. Which reminds me, after the show, I need to fix her time on her 3DS. She had been cheating a little bit. You get 10 play coins a day, and so by walking, and I use air quotes on a day and walking because you can gently shake the 3DS gently for the pedometer inside to register them as steps, get your 10, and then move to the next day. So if you're really wanting to save up for something, you can, and you're being impatient, you can backdate your 3DS to say the year 2000, and and then shake it, not like a Polaroid picture, until you get your 10 play coins, move to the next day, etc., etc., etc. Well, the kids have been, and she have been forgetting to reset their clocks. So now it's back in the past, which kind of throws off the swap notes, or receiving future dated swap notes. So I'll probably play with her system a little bit to fix that. But the other question raised is, what are you going to do with your virtual console? So, fine. Maybe I pull out the GameCube from its mothballs and just set that up. So when we want to play GameCube games, we return to the GameCube system and we mothball the Wii in its place. Well, if we do that, what are we going to do with our virtual console games? Now, the 3DS, or the DSi to 3DS transition, they actually gave you a free application that you could then sit the two systems side by side and transfer over pictures, music, no, not music, sorry, and games, though, that you had downloaded previously on the DSi and transfer your license over to your 3DS. The issue is there's not a good link, not a good proof. If you've linked to Club Nintendo, it's there. They have that information, but they're not doing anything with it. Not like the Xbox. Xbox.com and how the Xbox lets you, say, queue downloads online is absolutely incredible. I really wish Sony at least would pick up on this. But they're not. I don't understand why, but they're not picking up on it. Maybe they'll add it for the Vita, even though I probably won't be getting a Vita. Anyway, Blizzard is still discussing the extra character slot question. Miss Pandaria is going to be introducing a new race and a new class, and therefore we're going to have 11 classes. We only have 10 character slots per server, so a character is going to have to die. Or your Panda Monk is going to have to go to a completely different server. You'll play through the opening story and then just sit there. I'm a little bit afraid Blizzard is going to say, well, we have all of this instancing technology now as of 4.3.2. We have all of this friend Real ID stuff. We're going to be doing the battle tag system as of Diablo 3. So servers are a moot point at this point. No, they're not. What about mail? Unless you're going to institute cross-server mail and cross-faction for heirloom items, there is still a massive bonus to having all of your characters sit on one server. And Blizzard has already said it's going to be incredibly difficult to do cross-server mailboxes. So I just don't see it happening. They have got to just pull back, like they talked about in BlizzCon, the 10 character limit to 50 character per account, like they currently have, and let you make characters wherever you want up to the 50 limit. That's my stance on it, at least. Alright. Mod Nation Racers for the Vita. No online racing. Now, granted, I have not physically gone online, personally, with Mario Kart 7. Why? I have kids. I need to pause. I can't go online very easily. I can't run instances in World of Warcraft very easily because I'm going to get interrupted. Baby has a blowout in my lap and suddenly I have poop all over my pants. That's a very awkward statement to tell a random looking for dungeon group. Hey guys, your healer has to step away for 10 minutes. No, they're going to kick me. Or, I could be rude and just say, oh, I have to go, sorry guys. And they could easily pick up somebody else. But I don't like dropping group. It's just, it's not in my nature for some reason to drop group. So, unless everyone else has left and given up, even after the tank has left, I usually stick around and wait in queue, or maybe I leave instance but stay in group and stay in queue and go do a couple of things like cooking dailies and Stormwind or something. But online racing for a racing game at this day and age is a must. It's neat that they have the Street Pass-like system in place so you can race ghosts and check your time trial versus somebody else's time trial, but this is the PlayStation Vita, not the PSP. They should have gotten around whatever limitations they felt there were for the PSP to go online and race fully. The 3DS Kid Icarus game, staying in the handheld department, is getting its own little stand. I'm sorry, Nintendo, but if your control style is so screwed up that you have to give a free hand cramp reducing object to play your game, you should redesign the control scheme. Not give some cheap piece of plastic out to make me hold my 3DS differently. I don't understand it at all. They should have realized this early on. I remember listening to other gaming podcasts who got early builds and played with early builds say, geez, these controls stink. Not in so many words. They probably were a little more explicit with their terminology. But the point it remained, feedback at those early levels was saying, hey guys, you're screwing this up. So what do? The 3DS Boat is going to be available for left-handed players, so you can even more awkwardly hold the system, because it's not going to go dual stick. It's going to go, you use your right hand to stick and your left hand to do stuff on the screen, versus holding it with your left hand to stick and doing stuff with your right hand on the screen. Use the boat as it was intended. Come on, guys. Anyway, Mass Effect 3 on the PC is going to require Origin. I am glad I have the consoles. If I was a Mass Effect player who had been playing on the PC, I would not be a happy camper right now. I have Steam. I admit that. But I like Steam. Steam works. Steam doesn't punish you for not playing some of your games. Unless for some odd and unknown reason Steam is sued and has to pull the game out of your account, it's going to stay there. For good. Unlike Origin. Maybe they've changed their terms of service at this point. Somebody yell at me if I'm wrong. But from what I understand, if you buy, for instance, the Star Wars MMO and then stop playing, they will delete it. You will have to re-buy it. If the Star Wars MMO lasts as long as World of Warcraft has, for instance, so far, you start playing now, you come back 3 years down the road, you're going to have to re-buy it. No. It's the same reason I haven't bought into OnLive. Because I'm renting the game on a long-term basis. If I wanted to rent the game, I'd go to GameFly and I'd sign up for that. But Mass Effect 3, fair warning, is going to require Origin. EA's Origin service for the PC. The nice thing is, if you're willing to replay through the series, for the Xbox, both Mass Effect 1 and 2 are $20. So you can restart the series for $40 and a lot of time. Personally, if and when I have a chance to pick this series up, it will be on the Xbox, so I can play all the way through the series. But that's me. The SOPA Blackout seems to have been a success, though. At least a little bit of a success. It's gained a lot of public attention. People who weren't aware of it before because the news networks are not doing their jobs. Wikipedia made them do their jobs. Wikipedia and other sites like them, thank you. Thank you for sacrificing who knows how much revenue in ads and donations and whatnot for shutting down for a day, for blacking out. It's what would happen to you anyway if SOPA passed, but I appreciate it, and the web appreciates it. I participated in my little way by not tweeting, by being extremely vocal about SOPA on Facebook, telling everybody why I wasn't going to be participating in the day on Facebook or Twitter. But I really appreciate everyone out there who's doing their part. Amusingly, the federal government is now subpoenaing the hashtag of Occupy on Twitter. So I'm highly tempted to just hashtag Occupy, 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 Occupy all over the place. I am not supportive of that cause, but I'm very curious about the cause. They're calling out for change. They're calling out for the same change we were promised in 2008. I'm still looking at the couch cushions for that said change. But I'm not going to wax too political, so I will move on. IGN.com's Game of the Year, and I think rightfully so, was Portal 2. Good work, Valve. I think Skyrim came really close, but I'm very thankful they did not give Skyrim the Game of the Year, only because of the massive PlayStation 3 flaws. I'm going to have to get this game on the Xbox if I want to play it, or the PC. But more than likely I would get it on a console, which means I would have to get it on the Xbox. My hard drive isn't big enough. I still have a 20 gig. Sure, there are cloud saves, but how big does that go? I don't know. I am Flame Flash, by the way, on PSN, FlameFlash82 on Xbox Live, and you can look me up in both places, happily. Again, Flame Flash on Twitter. FlameFlash.net has a fan page on Facebook. Go forth and visit, or visit Raptr.com. And if you're listening, say, not live, or stopping by later, I wanted to also apologize for episode 35's YouTube appearance. The next time I get ding-dong ditched or any other interruption comes up, I promise I will simply link the audio altogether for podcasting purposes, but post the videos separately because my method of linking the two videos just didn't work. And I apologize for the poor video quality of last podcast. hopefully you enjoyed the audio at least. I had fun inserting that Mario Brothers transition sound effect. And if you're not following on the podcast, feel free to stop by, tell your friends, send feedback. But to close out, because it is getting late, and I have plans to surprise Redflare with in, well, technically, I guess, the morning. But it's already her birthday. So, happy birthday, sweetheart. Thank you for following flameflash.net, and please call your senators regarding SOPA and PIPA. This is Flame Flash of flameflash.net, episode 36, signing off.